20 worst fatal accidents in rock and roll history. Rock and roll has always been wild, loud, and larger than life. But behind the music and madness lies a darker side that's left fans heartbroken and legends lost too soon. Today, we're diving headfirst into the most jaw-dropping, gut-wrenching, and tragic accidents in rock history. Buckle up, crank the volume, and get ready because these stories prove that the price of fame can be shockingly steep. Buddy Holly. On February 3, 1959, Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson perished in a plane crash near Clear Lake, Iowa. Holly, at just 22, was a pioneer of rock and roll, known for his distinctive sound and innovative approach to music. The tragic event, later dubbed the day the music died, not only marked the loss of a musical genius, but also left a profound impact on the music industry and its fans worldwide. Ritchie Valens. At just 17, Ritchie Valens was a trailblazer, a Latino rock and roll star who transformed the traditional Mexican folk song La Bamba into a chart-topping hit, making it the first Spanish-language song to enter the Billboard Hot 100. Tragically, on February 3, 1959, he perished in the same plane crash that claimed Buddy Holly and J.P., the Big Bopper Richardson. Despite his brief career, Valens' influence endures, inspiring generations of musicians and earning him a posthumous induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Big Bopper, J.P. Richardson. Imagine a voice so magnetic it could electrify a room, a personality so vibrant it could light up the night. That was J.P. the Big Bopper. Richardson, a trailblazer who transformed from a charismatic disc jockey to a rock and roll sensation. His hit Chantilly Lace was more than a song. It was an experience, a phenomenon that captivated millions. But on February 3, 1959, his journey was tragically cut short in a plane crash that also claimed the lives of Buddy Holly and Ritchie Valens. Despite his brief career, Richardson's impact on music and pop culture remains indelible. Otis Redding. Otis Redding, the King of Soul, captivated audiences with his raw, emotional voice. On December 10, 1967, at just 26, he tragically died in a plane crash near Madison, Wisconsin. Despite his brief life, Redding's legacy endures. His hit Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay, recorded just days before his death, became his first and only #1 hit, topping both the pop and R&B charts in early 1968. Redding's influence continues to inspire artists and fans alike. Ever wondered what happens when fame meets fate? Let's explore the next 5 names. This might bring out some tears, but it's okay. Ronnie Van Zant. Imagine Ronnie, barefoot, black hat, southern swagger lighting up the stage, grinning through Free Bird. Just 3 days after Street Survivors dropped, he boarded a shaky Convair on October 20th, 1977, joking, "If it's your time, it's your time." But fate wasn't listening. The plane ran out of fuel over Mississippi and crashed, instantly killing the 29-year-old frontman. His haunting premonitions and fiery charisma live on in rock history, part legend, part heartbreak. Steve Gaines. Steve Gaines, a gifted guitarist and vocalist, joined Lynyrd Skynyrd in 1976, bringing fresh energy and talent to the band. His contributions were evident on their 1977 album Street Survivors, where he co-wrote songs like You Got That Right and showcased his vocal prowess. Tragically, just 3 days after the album's release, Gaines perished in a plane crash on October 20th, 1977, at the age of 28. His untimely death halted the band's momentum, but his musical legacy continues to inspire. His influence remains a testament to the fleeting nature of rock stardom. Cassie Gaines. Do you still remember Cassie Gainson? He was 1/3 of the soul-stirring Honkettes and joined Lynyrd Skynyrd in 1975, infusing the band with heavenly harmonies. On October 20th, 1977, after surviving a small engine fire the day before, she reluctantly boarded a chartered Convair. The flight crashed in Mississippi. She survived the impact but tragically bled to death, cradled in a bandmate's arms. Cassie was just 29. her warm spirit forever etched in rock's greatest chorus. Jim Croce. Imagine him wrapping up a lively college show in Natchitoches, Louisiana on September 20th, 1973, his voice still lingering in the night air. Just after takeoff in his Beechcraft, fog and low visibility sent the plane crashing into a pecan tree, killing Jim, his guitarist Maury Muleisen, and 4 others. He was only 30. His album, I Got a Name, and the poignant Time in a Bottle soared to #1. One after his death, that final lyric, "If I could save time in a bottle," became hauntingly real. Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads, the virtuoso guitarist who redefined heavy metal, was tragically taken from us at just 25. On March 19, 1982, while on tour with Ozzy Osbourne, Rhoads perished in a plane crash in Leesburg, Florida. Despite his brief career, his influence endures, shaping the sound of 1980s metal and inspiring countless guitarists. His legacy was cemented with a posthumous induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. Stevie Ray Vaughan. On August 27, 1990, blues guitar virtuoso Stevie Ray Vaughan tragically lost his life in a helicopter crash near East Troy, Wisconsin. Just after performing at the Alpine Valley Music Theater, the Bell 206B Jet Ranger helicopter, piloted by Jeff Brown, crashed into a ski hill in dense fog, killing all 5 aboard, including Vaughan and members of Eric Clapton's entourage. The National Transportation Safety Board attributed the accident to a controlled flight into terrain due to poor visibility. Ricky Nelson. Picture the icon, beloved teen idol turned rock and roll veteran, boarding his vintage DC-3 on December 31st, 1985. Bound for a New Year's Eve performance. Mid-flight, a faulty cabin heater spewed smoke and fire into the ship. The pilots attempted an emergency landing near DeKalb, Texas, but the plane struck trees, burst into flames, and engulfed the fuselage. Nelson, his fiancée, and 5 bandmates perished from smoke and burns, 45 years old. His final encore, fired by fate, froze a generation's heart. Aaliyah. At just 22, Aaliyah was a force. Her voice, style, and presence reshaped R&B. On August 25, 2001, after filming the Rock the Boat video in the Bahamas, she boarded a Cessna 402B with her crew. The overloaded plane crashed shortly after takeoff, killing all 9 aboard. The pilot was unlicensed and had traces of cocaine and alcohol in his system. Despite her untimely death, Aaliyah's musical legacy endures, with her work posthumously gaining further recognition. Mamonas Assassinas, Dinho Plus Band. From Guarulhos to the top of Brazil's charts, Mamonas Assassinas exploded onto the scene in 1995 with their irreverent humor and genre-blending hits. But on March 2nd, 1996, their meteoric rise ended tragically. After a concert in Brasilia, their Learjet crashed into the Serra da Cantareira Mountains near São Paulo, killing all 5 band members, the pilot and the co-pilot. Their legacy endures, is celebrated in biopics, and is remembered by fans as a symbol of youthful exuberance lost too soon. Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller was the face of swing, leading the Army Air Force's band to boost troop morale during World War II. On December 15, 1944, he boarded a Norseman aircraft from England to France, aiming to entertain soldiers. Tragically, the plane vanished over the English Channel, and no wreckage was ever found. Some theories suggest friendly fire from British bombers might have been responsible. Miller was 40 years old. His music, however, continues to resonate, immortalizing his legacy. Keith Green. Keith Green was a musical prodigy turned spiritual revolutionary. At 28, he was on a mission to ignite hearts with raw, uncompromising faith. On July 28, 1982, the twin-engine Cessna he piloted with his 2 young children crashed shortly after takeoff from his ministry's property in Garden Valley, Texas. The plane was overloaded by over 400 pounds, and the pilot was unlicensed. The crash killed all 12 aboard, including Green, Josiah, and Bethany. Green's legacy endures through his passionate music and the ministry he left behind. Vince Neil, Mötley Crüe. In February 2025, Vince Neil's private Learjet crash-landed at Scottsdale Airport. Luckily, he wasn't on board, but the tragedy struck hard. The pilot was killed, and the singer's girlfriend and friends suffered serious injuries. One broke 5 ribs. The accident sent shockwaves through rock's legion of fans. Even without his presence on the flight, this incident became a stark, surreal reminder that rock life can be bulletproof one moment and heartbreakingly fragile the next. Jim Morrison. On July 3, 1971, Jim Morrison, the enigmatic frontman of The Doors, was found dead in his Paris apartment at age 27. The official cause was heart failure, but no autopsy was performed, leading to speculation about a heroin overdose. His death, just 2 years after Brian Jones and 9 months following Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, cemented Morrison's place in the legendary 27 Club. Scott Weiland. From megaphone-wielding frontman to tortured rock icon, Scott Weiland captured stadiums with Stone Temple Pilots in Velvet Revolver. But on December 3, 2015, the tour bus in Bloomington, Minnesota grew silent. Weiland died in his sleep from an accidental overdose of cocaine, alcohol, and MDA, compounded by asthma and heart disease. His bandmates, calling him gifted beyond words, mourned deeply. A fan on Reddit shared, "He slayed the concert, then faded away," a stark reminder of his tragic brilliance. Weiland's voice lives on, raw, unforgettable, and heartbreakingly human. John Denver. Known for gentle rock folk hits like "Take Me Home, Country Roads," John Denver was also an accomplished pilot. On October 12, 1997, he took to the skies in his experimental Rootin' Long EZ. Tragically, mishandling the fuel selector caused a fatal loss of control, and his plane crashed into Monterey Bay, Denver, was just 53. His melodic voice and eco-passion still resonate, turning that tragic finale into a poignant reminder of his soaring spirit and enduring legacy. Thanks for riding through rock's most tragic moments. If these stories moved you, smash like and hit subscribe to honor these legends, and drop a comment with the next legend you'd like us to spotlight. We've got more music-packed content coming your way, so stay tuned, stay awesome, and keep the rock spirit alive.